Valentine's Day in America, if you go and ask any person what is Valentine's Day, they will say love. If you ask them what is love, they have no answer. So how do you celebrate Valentine? You don't know. What do? You go to the Kroger or any store, take flowers, candies, give it and say Valentine's, happy Valentine, and you're done.
Yeah.
Right? That's the done. Then you go to the hotel or any restaurant, have dinner, nice dinner, and come home, sleep. That's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Is it? Right?
Yeah.
That's absolutely. Very good. So now we will discuss about what actually Valentine's Day is about. There are two stories in ancient Rome. There is one, Emperor Claudius II, during the war, he did not want any soldiers to have families, because if they have families, they will focus on them. He did not want anybody to get married. So focus on the war, always 24/7, always be on the march, fight against the enemy. So he said, none of my soldiers should get married. So poor guys, they will be like, oh my God, this king. So then what happened? This Saint Valentine, there was this guy, Saint Valentine. This happened in the 3rd century AD, right? So he said, okay, let me get them married secretly. So secretly what he did is to get them married, but not knowing to the king or anybody. It went on for a few years. Between Feb 14th and Feb 15th, this guy died. Who? Saint Valentine. So they started celebrating. Why? Because the king got to know that this fellow was secretly helping, and he killed him. During Feb 14th, Feb 15th, the guy died. That is why the people who got secretly married, they wanted to celebrate, right? They wanted to say, oh, this guy helped us a lot, so we need to celebrate his death, thinking of him. It was so nice of him that he helped, so they wanted to. So that's one story. The second story is the same in Roman Empire at the time. Another guy named Valentine. There were a couple of guys. This is another story, this is another story. Another Valentine, he did some mistake. That time, that king put him in jail. During he was in jail, a young girl wrote him a letter. So he wrote the letter back to the girl, thanking, saying, "You're Valentine." Because he is Valentine, right? So he said, "Yours, Valentine." So from there on, the girl is like, oh, Valentine's Day is love. So she started propagating to everybody, saying, oh, it's all about love, so let's celebrate. That is another story. But actual story, during the Roman culture, there is one festival everybody used to celebrate. It's called Lupercalia. Lupercalia is the festival in pagan empire, in Rome at the time. What is the festival about? It is to sacrifice the animals, dogs, goats, so on. What they do is, they take out the skin of those animals and they whip the women. Listen to me carefully. The skin of the dogs and the goats that they sacrifice, they whip women with that skin. What is the essence of whipping women? It is to promote fertility. It is to promote fertility. They used to whip women with the skin of the animals that they sacrificed. So women also used to get that whipping, thinking that they can get fertile. That is the festival of pagan empire at the time. It's called Lupercalia. And that festival of whipping women for fertility, which is called Lupercalia, that is celebrated as Valentine. Is there anything of that which is related to us at all? Where is love in there? Even if a lot of people might say, okay, it is not for Indians, but what about Americans on the West? Why would they celebrate? Actually, even in Bible, there is nothing called Valentine's Day. There is nothing called Valentine's Day in Bible. Christians, actually, if you go to Christianity, actual Christians, they won't celebrate Valentine's Day. But why would a lot of Americans, a lot of Westerners, they celebrate? It's because it has become commercial. In the name of love, they started selling candies and flowers and all of that, and this propagated saying it's love. But in all of these stories, tell me, where is love? There's nothing. So without knowing the essence of what we are celebrating, just because somebody is celebrating, we have no idea why we are celebrating, but we are celebrating Valentine's Day. Right? See how we have become. We have become like a mechanical way of living without knowing the essence of anything. So why are we in such, too inquisitive to learn about something which is of no essence to us? We, on Feb 14th, okay, even West will celebrate just because they wanted to do something. What happened to us? We, from India, we have no clue, first of all, what it is. But we started actually from US, lot of our Indians, they started pumping this Valentine's Day thing into India. Now India is, they have no clue. Lot of youth, they started a Valentine's Day. What is Valentine's Day? Take a rose, go to a girl. A boy takes a rose flower, goes to the girl and say, be my Valentine. They have no clue what Valentine is. But Valentine meaning, oh, I love you. What is love? They have no clue. So love is what? First of all, love is, it's not the attraction between one gender to another. It is to feel happiness for the other person. Whether you attain the person or not, you still make sure that the other person is happy. That is love, right? You don't know the meaning of love, you don't know the meaning of Valentine, you don't know why we celebrate, you don't know what the essence is, but we all do. For no reason. If anybody asks, even American schools, they will not teach this. Because they just say, Valentine's Day is just a fun. Go celebrate Valentine, that's all. But who is going to give the story behind it? So, we should learn why we are doing what we are doing. That is what we are here. Pulwama in North India, near Kashmir region, 40 soldiers were being massacred. They were killed by terrorists. 40 soldiers. Could you imagine how their families would have felt? Somebody's sister, somebody's mother, somebody's wife, somebody's son, daughter, they were all crying that day. 40 soldiers left us forever. They have been safeguarding our country. They were going in a truck. Suddenly the terrorists bombed them. So, we do not think about those families. We do not think about those soldiers who sacrificed their lives. But we talk about some Cupid, Valentine love, which we have no idea what it is, first of all. Isn't it stupid enough, really? Weird, isn't it? There is another one. I don't know how much history you know. In 1932, 32 freedom fighters were being killed by colonial British Empire. You know why? Anybody know? 1932. And in year కూడా ఇస్తున్నా మీకు. I'm giving you the year. Anybody? Any guesses? The British colonial empire killed them just because they came up with hosting national flag of Bharat in 1932, before the independence. They were hosting it. They just started creating it. They wanted to use it. But British got to know that they were doing it. They were all killed. when things in our history happened, when we know certain things happened bad for us and somebody did something for us, we do not remember that, but we remember something which is of no use, which the West itself do not understand, but they celebrate because of commerciality, but we want to follow that. Why? Which means that we don't respect ourselves first. We do not respect our past. We do not respect our ancestors. We do not respect our forefathers. Just imagine if one of your household person becomes a soldier. You do not know whether the person will come back or not. Just think for a moment. Would you not show the gratitude for the soldiers that you are giving lives for us? I'm honestly asking you, how many of you even think for a day, forget about a day, even a month about a soldier? At least once, yearly at least, would you even think for one soldier saying, he sacrificed for me? Doing some dhyana or pradhana for that family. Have you ever thought? That is gratitude. If you can inculcate in your kids, which if you do it and if you inculcate in your kids, they will become patriots. They will become patriots. If you do not do, if you're always after commerciality, whatever glitter is gold for you, obviously your kids will go haywire. They will not follow what you're doing. They don't care about you also after some time. Learn the basics, come back to the roots. Come back to the roots. Never forget the roots, where you're from, what is the actual thing happened. Learn from the history. History teaches you a lot.